What caused the protest in Nepal? The protests that shook Nepal in September 2025 began with one bold move by the government: the decision to ban 26 of the most popular social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, and X. Officials claimed the ban was necessary because these platforms had failed to register under new regulations designed to fight misinformation and online crime. But for the young generation of Nepal, especially Gen Z, this was not about regulation. It was about censorship. The ban came like a spark, landing on dry grass. For years, young people in Nepal have lived under the shadow of corruption, nepotism, and inequality. They have watched as the children of powerful politicians flaunted wealth and luxury online, while many of them struggled to find jobs and felt trapped in poverty. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram had become places where this inequality was exposed, and when the government silenced those voices, frustration boiled over into the streets. What started as anger over losing access to social media quickly turned into something much bigger. Demonstrations erupted across Kathmandu and other cities. Young protesters, most of them university students and first-time activists, marched with placards, chanted against corruption, and demanded change. Their frustration was not only about losing their digital spaces, it was about decades of mismanagement, lack of opportunities, and politicians who seemed disconnected from the struggles of ordinary people. But the government responded harshly. Security forces used tear gas, rubber bullets, and even live ammunition to disperse crowds. Water cannons rolled through the streets of the capital, and curfews were imposed. At least 19 people lost their lives, hundreds were injured, and government buildings and media offices were damaged. The situation grew so tense that the army was deployed, and Kathmandu's main international airport was forced to shut down as protests raged nearby. The tragedy, however, did not silence the people. Instead, it forced the government to retreat. The social media ban was lifted, and Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli announced his resignation, though he remained in power as a caretaker. But the young protesters were not satisfied with half measures. They began to call for deeper reforms, a complete restructuring of the government, accountability for corrupt leaders, and even the drafting of a new constitution that truly reflects the will of the people. Observers began to call this uprising the Gen Z revolution. Just as young people in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka had recently risen against corruption and inequality, Nepal's youth showed that their